We're in.
Thank-
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Markey. I think we have Senator Blackburn, followed by Senator Peters, then Senator Sullivan.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Mr. Davidson, very quickly. One of the things, when I was in the House, I have said many times we need to have an inventory of spectrum that is held by federal agencies. And while Congress supported doing this, we have federal agencies that have opposed this. But we need to know what spectrum is in what hands, what they're using those bands for, and then we need to recoup spectrum that is lying fallow. This is NTIA's jurisdiction. Will you commit to working with us to get this done?
Senator, I would commit to working with you to get that done.
We appreciate that. I see Ms. Sohn over there kind of chuckling because she's heard me talk about this for years. And the need for getting this done. And Ms. Sohn, let me come to you. Let me ask you for a yes or no on some questions. Has the Pai administration's decision to repeal the Wheeler Title II rules in any way stopped the FCC from executing its broadband deployment efforts? Yes or no?
It has not, but it rests on a very thin reed.
Okay, a yes or
I
no?
know, I'm sorry. It
Yes
is
or
not.
no?
No, the answer is no.
Okay. All right, no, that's correct. It has not impeded. That is correct. You've said you support a Title II regime plus forbearance from various FCC regulations, what the FCC did in 2015. Senator Markey just referenced that. So is that forbearance worth anything? Can't future FCCs just unforbear and impose more rules on the internet?
Senator, indeed
Yes
they.
or no?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Yes, they could.
That's right. All right. Do you support broadband rate regulation?
No.
Okay.
That was an easy one.
Well, good, because in times past you have supported rate regulation, if my memory is correct. Would more regulation of the internet help encourage investment in broadband networks?
No, I don't believe. Well, when you say internet regulation, are you talking about the broadband providers?
I am talking about the providers, regulation of the internet, government control of the internet. Are you going to get more private investment to continue expanding these networks, or are you going to get less?
I believe it has no impact.
I would say you're wrong about that, because look at what has happened by networks being able to get out there and expand broadband. There are a lot of counties in Tennessee, our 95 counties, where they have partnered up with state grants. They've partnered up with federal grants. They've partnered up with ILECs and CLECs and electric power co-ops. And we have very rural counties that are close to having fiber across the entire county. So it has an impact. A private sector approach works. Okay, the infrastructure bill that was recently signed into law funnels money to underserved areas, which means overbuilding existing networks and ignoring rural areas for cities. Do you believe this will close the digital divide?
I support the framework that unserved must be served first, okay? And then and only then, after the states prove to the NTIA that unserved is served first, then you could spend money on underserved.
Yes, because one of the downfalls of the Obama era was the overbuilding of networks, of existing networks in cities, and the rural areas were left behind. They did not get that money, and that's why we have as much disparity as we have existing right now. And we need to be encouraging that investment into these networks. Okay, when you worked for Tom Wheeler, you led the FCC's efforts to put broadband privacy rules into place, rules that Congress later struck down as an overreach of FCC authority. And you recently said that there is no real oversight of broadband carriers going on. So do you believe the FTC has in some way fallen down on its job as a consumer privacy agency?
I don't believe so, but I have to admit, I haven't followed what the FTC has been doing very much lately.
Okay, well, they are the privacy regulator, and as we've debated for many years, very vigorously, this is their jurisdiction. This is not the FCC's jurisdiction, and we need one regulator, one set of rules for the entire internet ecosystem. Okay, if the FCC were to reclassify broadband as a Title II service again, would you support the FCC once again attempting to enact broadband privacy rules?
I would prefer if Congress passed a comprehensive consumer privacy bill. And I know, Senator Blackburn, you have been a leader in that regard. If the chairwoman undertook such a proceeding, I obviously would participate in it, and obviously she'd have to reclassify first. But I would prefer to see Congress settle the matter with a comprehensive consumer privacy bill. And I've been very, very clear on that.
Okay, thank you. You were on the board of directors for Locast, a streaming service that shut down right about the time you were nominated for pirating content. Locast was shut down for pirating content. Despite your talk about valuing content, it seems like you're not being consistent in your value of protecting intellectual property of creators. And as you know, retransmission is an issue that has been debated, and I know we're going to continue this conversation about protecting content that is there, but my time has expired. Madam Chairman, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Senator Peters. Oh, and by the way, happy birthday, Senator Peters.